From one management to another, Garware Ropes is in focus. We have Mr. Vayu Garware, CMD, here on the show to chat with us from Pune to talk a little bit more about the earnings. Tepid sales growth, profits have grown smartly to 17 crore rupees. Thank you so much for joining in. Let's talk about what have been the key highlights this quarter. What really led to this 20% plus growth in your profits?
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us on your show. Traditionally Q3 is for us a more domestic driven quarter, but due to demonetization this year, domestic has actually declined a little bit. Our team was able to shift gear and focus on our export business, which grew very well and therefore has been able to compensate. And profits have really grown as part of our continuing strategy to leverage on differentiated products, which we have done a lot of R&D and are able to deliver into the market. So we're able to see the continuing profit trend, profit margin growth trend that we've seen over many quarters now.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about what exactly is your segmental performance as well. How really have things shaped up for you?
We have two primary segments, our cordage segment and industrial. Both have been growing well. Of course, industrial is a little bit more domestic oriented and therefore is a little bit slower during this period. But now we see with demonetization, we see things coming back on track, and hopefully we expect that also to grow. The cordage segment, has a significant export base, which is growing very well. And we've been able to increase ROC, which is one of our main metrics, almost by 4 percentage points, annualized from 24 to almost 28 to 29% we expect this year. So we're quite pleased with the margin and growth performance we're getting.
Okay, what's the outlook? I want to know what exactly you've delivered by way of margins as well, and what the outlook is on your margin picture.
As I mentioned, ROC, obviously I mentioned our profit after tax margins as well as our profit before tax margins and EBITDA margins continue to be good. So Q3 has been about 16% on EBITDA margins. Our profit after before tax has actually grown 32%, and current margin in Q3 quarter has been 13%. Which is up about 200 basis points from last year. Q3 was 11%. So overall our margin trend continues. You would have seen the last few years, quarter on quarter, our margins have been growing based on our focus on innovation and value-added products that we're delivering to the market. So we see that trend continuing.
Right. What about competition? I mean, what's your outlook on the pickup within the fisheries industry and the aquaculture industry at large? Niche segments where you're seeing competition build up. So how are you combating that?
Well, we have competition in these segments globally. So we do see sometimes some Chinese competition, European competition, South American competition. But we're trying to, and we are successfully actually differentiating our products. So our competition is primarily moving away from traditional products to our newer innovative products, and that is actually what we're seeing a lot of success with. So competition becomes a little bit less of an issue. It's more the acceptance of the concept of the newer materials, and once those are well accepted, which is happening, competition is not our primary concern anymore.
So what about your targeted market share right now? I mean, what are you working with from 1 year perspective?
Well, if you take the aquaculture segment, which is one of our big segments, primary large markets are Canada, Scotland, Norway and Chile. And Canada we've already reached very significant market share. Scotland also we're significant in the 70% range. Norway is our major thrust coming up, where it's a very large market and we're growing well. And South America, Chile is a new foray for us. So we've started working there last year and a half, and we are moving well. So visibility is good, and we expect to grow the shares there as well. So we're significant shares globally now.
Okay, Vayu, thanks very much for taking out the time to speak with us. Great having you on the show, and we wish you all the best for the future. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Okay.